Hey guys, Jeremy here from School of Wok. This is Paddy from School of Wok. Now, once in a while we do training sessions at the school, don't we?
Yes.
And this week for Wok Wednesdays, it's a hot and sour soup, which I believe you guys learned from Ken Wang a few months ago.
That's right.
Hot and sour soup, Paddy style. Oh, and I forgot to say, thanks Jason for recommending and suggesting. Right, so first things first with a hot and sour soup is I'm going to stir fry your meat. I don't want it to get too much colour, but I've got this great homemade garlic oil. If you want to know how to make this, it's in our 3 simple condiments video, so you can click on that link, find that somewhere. We're just going to use a little bit of that garlic oil to stir fry my chicken that's been finely sliced. So you finely slice your chicken, shiitake mushrooms or Chinese dried mushrooms. These dried mushrooms have been soaked in hot water overnight, or a minimum of 2 hours. If you've got good chicken stock that's been made at home, then this is actually quite a quick dish to or soup to finish off. High-ish heat for your chicken. It's all been finely sliced. There's chicken breast there. I've just turned that to a medium heat. Right, so you can see my chicken has not really got much colour at all. I'd rather it that way. I've got this fresh chicken stock here, and I'm going to go straight in with that chicken stock and bring that to a boil. I'm going to make a big soup, why not? So I've got some bamboo shoots here as well. So I've got veg carrots and bamboo shoots, a bit of tofu in cubes. That's firm tofu I've got there. You can use whatever tofu you want, really. Some dried shiitake mushrooms, they've been soaked. With bamboo shoots like this, they come from a tin. Obviously, we're quite far away from China. The tin bamboo shoots sometimes have that sort of tinny smell. So I've just blanched that boiled it in a bit of water for about 3 or 4 minutes. And it should just get rid of that extra sort of tinny smell. Okay, so once you're boiling, it's pretty simple from here. We start to compile all your veg into your soup. Some carrot, just fine slices. Bamboo shoots. Your mushrooms. Cubes of tofu. Quite a lot of ingredients in a classic hot and sour soup. But again, it's a soup, you can put whatever you want in, really. The hot and sour comes later with all the flavour. I've got this, excuse my Mandarin, I'm terrible at speaking Chinese, but sumi ya chai, which is basically a pickled Sichuanese preserved mustard vegetable. And it's quite specific, but it does make a lot of difference. And you can see this sort of this deep flavour that's going to come off that vegetable. Oh yeah, it's really unique. If you can get your hold of this, Chinese supermarkets, it'll really make a difference to your soup. So you want about a tablespoon of that preserved veg in there. It's quite salty, that stuff, so that will already start to season your soup. But as I say, with a good chicken stock, that's the real base of flavour. This stuff here, it's kind of cool, isn't it? It's either called a wood ear fungus or black ear fungus or black fungus. Interestingly, in the UK, we get this fungus growing, I think, on ash trees in our parks, but no one eats it. So all the fungus here in the UK is imported from China. And this is actually a sliced fungus, type of thing where you take one handful when it's dry, soak it for an hour or so, and it suddenly expands into a whole bowl. So we're going to start to add your flavour to this whilst it's on the boil. So we've got this stuff here, which is a broad bean chili paste. You can see the flecks of dry red chili that have been rehydrated in there. So that's going to go in for some spice. And this is a hot and sour soup, guys, so depends on how hot you want it, but I'm going to go for quite a lot more spicy than that, so that's got a base of spice. Yeah, I don't mind sort of testing that whilst I go. Oh yeah, that's better. That's good. Okay. Not that I tried it before, but you know, hey, I kind of know by eye. This here, a bit of sugar. The broad bean chili paste and your soy sauces will make this quite salty, so this is to balance that out. So about a teaspoon of sugar in there, a couple of teaspoons or a tablespoon of light soy sauce, and some salt to accentuate the saltiness of light soy sauce. Dark soy sauce here, and this is for colour. So as soon as I pour this in, it will start to bring out the sort of red of that chili paste. Yeah, look at that, steaming hot. I have no idea what's going on because my glasses are in the way, but I think it looks good. And then we've got here, gosh, I feel like a bit of a mad scientist. Sesame oil, just to sort of give it a nice nutty flavour. So that's going to go over the top. We're kind of just finishing this off now. Now, obviously, we haven't got any sour in that yet. So the sour is going to come from the Ching Kiang black vinegar. And when you taste that, it's almost like a slightly salty, cheap balsamic vinegar in essence. But it's got a really nice sort of ricey aftertaste because it comes from the black rice husk. So your vinegar is going to go in for the sour. Just let that simmer away. Right, so I've got a couple of eggs. Kind of like making a sweet corn soup here. We put the egg in very last and do nice sort of thick wisps of egg. Funny, really, making soup, because I suddenly feel a lot more virtuous. And you can probably tell by my sort of calmer nature that when I'm making soup, it calms me down. Right, so beat your egg. And then we've just got some potato starch and water here to make a thickening paste. You can use corn flour if you can't find potato starch. So we're on a sort of simmer here. I'm just going to bring it up to a slightly higher heat when I add the corn flour. Potato starch. So it's on a boil. Just slowly add bits of your potato starch mix and let it come up to boil until you get your desired thickness. And you're looking for a almost thin, syrupy texture. Once again, I'm blind cooking, so it's all about the feeling. And you can see that last bit of potato starch, and on that rolling boil, that suddenly my soup is starting to thicken up a little. I think we're almost there. The egg will start to thicken up the soup a little more as well. I don't like mine super thick, so I'm going to leave it at that. It's got all the flavour in there. I'm going to bring that right down to low heat. And then with the egg, what we do is it's boiling, but not vigorously boiling. And I pour the egg in, like so, and just push through slowly. And that will give you wisps of egg. And you can see how quickly that egg's cooked through. You get nice wisps there. My soup is pretty much there. So to serve up, nice and easy. It's a hungry sharing bowl of soup here. And then, just to add a bit more colour, I've got this homemade chili oil. You can see just a drizzle of that chili oil over the top. This is this last bit of added finesse and a kick of spice. Bit of spring onion, some coriander, now this base recipe, actually from one of my friends, Chef Ken Wang, brilliant Sichuanese chef, and I absolutely love it. It's so simple, quick and easy. The base stock, the chicken stock, that's what makes this, and then all those sort of flavors just combine together to give you that hot and sour soup. Time to taste it. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I have had a whole bowl of this whilst Lee's been faffing around. And it is delicious. So I'm gonna just have another little taste. That is great. And with the coriander, it just brings out the freshness of that chicken stock. If you want to add a bit of black vinegar to it as you're going, that's also a common tradition to have black vinegar on the table. Hot, sour, great chicken stock, couldn't be better. Hot from the air, hot and sour soup. If you like this recipe as much as I do, subscribe to the channel. I think I'm subscribed, and we'll see you there.